Hello and welcome to Question Time for our series Humanity from Dust to Glory. From our first talk about humanity being created, here are a couple of questions. And so, first question. If we are made exactly how God wanted us to be, what if our body or mind is broken by chronic illness? It is so hard to live with chronic illness. I've seen it up close and it can be a battle to live day to day to get through each day. And I wouldn't blame you if it meant that you were doubting the goodness of God right now. And as a church family, hopefully we are doing all that we can to support you and help you through this. And so what is an answer to this question? Well, as we saw from Sunday, when God first made Adam and Eve, nothing was wrong. But very soon in the story of salvation, death entered into the world through sin. And so plenty went wrong, including our bodies. And so in Romans 8 we read, "We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time." And maybe you are feeling that groaning in your mind or body right now. And so your illness is not how God made humanity to be. And so as we groan in this earthly fallen body, we need to wait in faith for Jesus, because his resurrection shows that our destiny, what we are made for, is an eternity free of every physical and mental illness. And so we're to put our hope in Jesus as we groan. But even in this fallen world, God has put you in this situation for you to trust him. He has given you the body or the mind that he has given you in order so that you may trust him and honor him. If there was a better place for you to grow in your faith, God would have put you there. Now, where you are with the body that you have, it may not feel great, but we can trust that God is working even through the worst suffering. And how do we know this? Well, it's only because God worked through the worst suffering of his Son, Jesus. A little bit later in Romans 8, it says, "He who did not spare his own Son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things?" And so God worked in Jesus' suffering for his glorification and for our salvation. And so through all our suffering, even when we can feel far from God, we can trust that God is working through it to strengthen us, strengthen our faith, and to bring us into glory, just like he did with Jesus. And we had a second question as well. If God has made us exactly how he wants us to be, how do you explain those with innate tendencies to same-sex attraction? Well, again, this side of the fall, things are not all as they should be. In every one of us, our hearts now desire what is against God and his ways. That's the nature of sin. And so even our hearts, even our desires have been corrupted by sin. We may feel them so strongly, and that's whoever we're attracted to. So whatever our sexual attraction, we must conform our hearts by God's Holy Spirit to God's will if we are to follow Jesus. And again, when Jesus returns, the renovation of our heart will be complete. And so all of us will no longer live with distorted desires, but will willingly and perfectly desire the glory of God. Well, there's a couple of answers. Feel free to get in touch if you'd like to discuss things more. Our series, Humanity from Dust to Glory, continues this Sunday. Feel free to click the link below if you'd like to ask more questions.